Me, as you can see, trying out a new streaming solution, and hopefully it all goes well, but we'll see. These things always go weird, if nothing else, when you're going live, but nevertheless we're going to do it live as we usually do. So we've got lots of Bears tape to go through for the Bears offense against Commanders, and what we've also got to go through is a bonus bit of tape that we're going to just look at as it is. I've not pre-looked at it or anything like that. Which can look at that tape of that particular player who I think is a fit for the Bears, and we'll see what it is. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So we're going to go to the first play that we're going to be looking at, which is this one. Obviously, in terms of what the Bears offense, you've got the trips look to one side, tight end on the line, and it's in line, but obviously it's gun, but more sort of pistol, where it's in line. In terms of what you want to be looking at is, we're looking specifically at how the defense are matching up against that sort of side of things. And then we're going to get a motion, which is Mooney. So once we can see motion going with Mooney, you see, I think it's St. Juice 29 going with, and you see a safety start to rotate over the top. You see where Fields is looking, he's watching this motion here, you know, what's going to happen there. He sees St. Juice go, so he knows it's man to that side, definitely. And obviously, a little bit of a play action kind of look there. So, you know, getting to the mesh, everyone's in pass pro, you can quite clearly see. Mooney's getting clear, and you see Komet is going out against a safety. So we've got, you know, one-on-one against the safety here. Mooney here, one high, with a late release from Tonyan. So we've got something to keep the sort of low area, and you've got that sort of movement there. So rolling into it, it's a nice setup from Fields. It's a decent pocket, as you can see there. We're going to be looking at the protection. You've got two short routes, obviously, in terms of that, but what we have is a middle of the field stresser. So you've got Mooney. So if we go back a little bit, Mooney's the motion man, goes here, comes in, and then back out. And then obviously you're going to get DJ Moore also. So what they're trying to do is isolate this one here with a man for the look on the opposite side of whoever it is that gets open. And you can see Mooney sort of gets his hips turned in. I love that. Getting his hips turned in. Obviously, this guy's in trail on the outside, and we know DJ Moore's going to be breaking to the outside. Ideally, want to turn him around, which is what happens here. So, yeah, is Fields going to the right position? Yes, I would say that he is. Because Mooney gets cleared, just gets held a little bit there. Doesn't get called, no flag on it, but, you know, safety's nowhere near this, to be honest. So, you know, great stuff by Fields with a decision. In terms of the ball itself, we see it coming, and then why Mooney decides to roll here, because the ball, I don't know if you can see it, the ball is right there. At this point, you see him, he's actually starting to run backwards. If he just continues on the same route, looking over the shoulder, he probably catches this ball. But because he gets himself turned around and now he's trying to run backwards, you know, that's where the ball is now. He's got himself turned around, trying to work backwards. Still gets up well and extends. It's that close, people. It's that close, off his hands. And down he goes. So we're rolling to the other angles now. So we'll look at sort of, you know, what the defence is doing first from there. Defensive backfield. And again, this is sort of seeing where what the motion's going to tell you. We know Mooney comes. We know that we see the DB come slightly later. You also see the safety sort of cheat to this side of the field a little bit. In terms of pass protection, and that's Nate Davis there against Deron Payne. Obviously one-on-one on the outside here. So these two are left one-on-one. We slide the protection to this side where, you know, Chase is. We've got a tight end chip into that side as well. We've got a slight chip by Komet on the outside here against Sweat. And we get a nice little Khalil Herbert just to help set Deron Payne, so it makes it for Nate Davis a little bit easier. But you see Fields here. What I like is first of all, watch his head and where he's looking. So we're rolling into the play. So there goes the snap. For once, it's actually a fairly accurate snap from Lucas Patrick, so that's pretty good. And you see him reading like 29, St. Juice. He's looking at him all the way there. Now he rotates to the middle of the field, where DJ Moore's coming on this sort of look here, and that's going to hold this safety. You see him he's looking this way. And that's just enough to sort of hold that safety middle of the field at the moment. Still looking at the safety, eyeball straight on the safety, straight down the middle of the field. Still not looking at Mooney. Mooney breaks the outside. You see him turning his defender around here. And that's where, you know, he lets go. And the spiral on this is actually really nice. Tight spiral. Nice stroke. And what I like is sort of square hips, square shoulders. So it's nice rotation around the body with everything square. That's the way you want to see it. And in terms of how close is this to a catch, you can see the ball tracking down here. And Mooney running backwards, which, you know, if he doesn't just turn fully around here and he stays on this track that he's on, because I don't think he needs to sort of turn around. The ball is slightly in field, if anything, but, you know, Mooney turns around and that's why it's, you know, not a completion. So into the backfield now, we're going to be looking at the pass protection. So again, on the outside, you're going to see these chips. You can see quite clearly what the motion is doing there. You're looking at Fields. Fields is looking at safety. So there's a snap. Nate Davis there against Jerome Payne. That's a handful for anybody, to be honest. Cody Whitehair getting sort of a bit handled there, but Patrick sort of helps him out a little bit. Borum is sort of, yeah, if he comes to the opposite side, Borum's got him there. We do get a slight chip from Tonyan. We get a slight chip before release for Komet. But you can see them work in the middle of the field here, and this is what I like to see here, is Darnell Mooney really making him turn his hips, and then as soon as he gets that left foot upfield, the defender that is, left foot upfield, that's where Mooney plants and goes. That's where Field sets. Look at the nice base, look at the rotation around. So again, in terms of the shoulders, you know, kind of level hips, rotation comes around that with the arm. Nice extension. You see this extension here on the arm? That's how he gets the velocity on the ball. It's a really nice tight spiral. And it's that close. So into the next play. If there is, it tells me that 5 people are watching, but I'm not seeing anyone comment in the chat, and I want to see if it comes up on this left-hand side of the screen here. But, you know, chat, let me know if you're in. So into the next play again. So what we're seeing this time, we're going to get a motion past the other receiver here. And you see it come to the inside. So you know, because they're crossed over, if you get one rotate to there and then one come inside, so, you know, in terms of movement, this guy on the outside comes here and then this guy comes here as Mooney travels past, then you know it's a match coverage. So you're looking at matchups specifically. Outside alignment sort of suggests man, outside alignment sort of suggests man, and you're looking at what looks like initially too high. So into that, you see Fields is seeing this safety rotate down, this safety rotate back, and we're getting like, you know, kind of flats kind of look. Middle of the field, sort of this is manned up here. This is manned up here. That's manned up here. Rolling into it. So we've got a middle of the field threat versus one high, which means that's singled and that's singled. And if you look at the where, you know, Fields is in the middle of the field, that's the middle of the field to Fields. Safety quite clearly has cheated over to that side of the field where the two are. Rick, good to see you, mate. Good to see you, Rick. I don't know if that message actually came up in the chat on the left-hand side above where it says camera mode and settings, but, you know, hopefully it showed up. Yeah, there it is. Hey Bellissimo, it's there on the screen. Fantastic. So it does work. So again, in terms of Fields, and again, this is all catching the safety's attention. To be honest, he's got Equinemius and St. Brown one-on-one on the outside, and he's got DJ Moore, who's actually getting a little bit tripped up there. But you see him sort of come away, and that's where, what I like about this is that you're threatening different levels of field. So that short flat, so that's going to get middle of the field open there. When I say it's going to get middle of the field open, this short flat with the linebacker going with him means this throw lane here is more open for middle of the field. Now, obviously, we've got one over the top there, but we've got a safety who doesn't know which side he's going to get. And Fields is just picking, you know, which side, pick your poison. We already know that this safety cheated starting over here. So it's going to be more difficult for him to come back to this. And that's where Fields goes with the ball. You know, how easy do you want it to catch? Something like that is pretty good. Nice little stiff arm to the face. Love that. Great stuff, to be honest. I mean, against, you know, pre-snap cover 2, the motion told us it was man. From that motion telling us it was man, then that sort of dictated, you know, Fields is then, again, he's reading the safety. All he needs to do is read the safety. I don't know if you can see this, but his eyes are actually on this safety here. Once he sees him roll up, he knows he's now got one high middle of the field, which is why he's now looking at this safety down the middle of the field. Actually, this safety that's kind of there in terms of the angle. Again, just, you know, keeping his eyes middle of the field, keeping his eyes middle of the field. This is really good stuff here. Great stuff here, pass protection, but we're going to get to that angle in a minute. And then last second, again, you see that sort of the square, hips, shoulders, rotate around. Whoops, rotate around. Again, another ball with a lovely spiral on it. I don't know if you can see this here, but it's got a nice spiral on it. And in terms of dropping it in the basket over the shoulder, so you can continue running. That's about as over the shoulder as you can get it. It's nice. Out in front, DJ Moore doing DJ Moore things, and a nice little, have a sit down, fella. Hand in the face. And it's the extra yards. I mean, this is the reason why it's so good after the catch is extra yards. He gets an arm bar at the end, 22, but no wonder he's celebrating. Let's look at the pass protection, see what we got up front from the big boys. So in terms of wide splits, they did this quite a lot. I mean, that's obviously like a 5. That's like a 4 eye slightly. And then like 2 wide 9s. Tight end detached. We're in shotgun, which we did way too much, but we sort of spread it out quite nicely in this game. The mix of under centre and shotgun. If it's going to snap it anywhere, that's the place where you want to do it. So no complaints there with that. In terms of we're one-on-one with a chip, we're one-on-one with a potential chip. So what I do like is that half back to the left, tight end to the right. You can chip the outsides, particularly when you know that you're not A-gap bluffing, that you've got guys in sort of the B-gap, B to C here. And that means you've got, C protection on the outside, B protection with the doubles. So I like that in terms of pass protection. Hopefully you're learning something you find that's interesting. If you are, you're going to share it to people. You're going to hit like on it. You're going to subscribe if you haven't already. And that's where we see that. Look at that. I mean, when he's got time to throw, that's pretty nice. I mean, that's a long way downfield, fellas. And that's really good stuff. So we're going to get into the next one, which is a not so good. Why is it not so good, I hear you say? Well, first of all, I mean, we've got this sort of offset pistol kind of look with a tight end to the right-hand side. In fact, 2 tight ends. We're really sort of showing heavy kind of run action to that side of the field. Obviously, DJ Moore is the only guy we've got over here, singled. So motion comes across, so now we're going to become like even with that offset. So now we're even tight ends on both sides. So tight end here, fullback, halfback. The motion, what did the motion tell us? Okay, so what did the motion tell us? We just got to shift across. I mean, when you look here, initially, we already know by alignment, because he's the outside man on the line, so we already know by alignment this is a cornerback. So we're looking at some sort of zone. That already tells us that, because by alignment, if he's the outside man on the line, you've got a cornerback over there, it tells you it's some sort of zone. It looks like cover 2. So in terms of what are we trying to do on the play, again, we've got to play action, but I mean, I don't think anyone's buying play action. In terms of routes, 1 to the outside, 1 under, kind of the outside here, and I think the fullback is on here, to be honest, and it's on early, because with that depth there and 1 over the top, we know we're not going to get anything down here. He's looking at DJ Moore. The safety is really wide. Both the safeties are wide, and we have no middle of the field threat to keep either of them honest. So at this point, really, we should be thinking, am I going to take a check down? And because we had a cornerback over here, then I think really blazing game's probably where we want to go. We know Komet's not going to beat a cornerback on the outside with safety help over the top. DJ Moore possibly, and that's kind of where Fields is looking with this. He's looking, am I going to get some sort of hole shot there? Which is not. We've got Herbert as well is going to sit down in the middle. So this actually now makes it more obvious that this is actually now the conflict defender, because we've got in trail here. In trailing man, that's obviously more of a zone here, so he's sitting over the top of that and he's over the top of this. So he's now one-on-one with a safety, so potentially, you could get, like, if there was an ability to have like a deviation route, an in-breaking, but that to me is, especially with them now both biting here, Blazing Game's got a touchdown if he just gets his head to the right, but he doesn't, and by the time that he sees it, we've lost contain on the outside and it turns into a sack. So design wise, lots of things for Justin to work off there. in terms of information. And it's really about sort of the linebacker that you see. So, I mean, obviously they're cornerback here, so that tells you it is some sort of zone. Once we see commit clear, whoops, let's go all the way back to here. We can look at it from this angle, it's not a problem. So, you see commit's going to clear that, and we've got now, the thing that's going to put this defender in conflict is we've got Herbert going to sit in there, we've got commit there, and then we've got like a wheel on the outside here. So we've got 3 routes, like 1, 2, 3. And obviously Justin's looking at, he does have one-on-one safety there. He does have DJ Moore one-on-one. Decides he's not going to take that. But at this point, in terms of protection, we've slid left, which is fine. I'm not going to question that. Nate Davis doing a pretty good job there. Lucas Patrick doing a pretty good job. Cody Whitehair comes off too early there for me to help out Borum. But the problem, which is when Darnell Wright does get it wrong, and this is what tends to happen, at this point he's got like a bit of a bull rush, and then he's lost his hands, so he gets his hands chopped down, he stops moving his feet. So that's when he does get it wrong sometimes, that's what tends to happen. He's just stopped moving his feet. If you notice, he's just a little bit heavy-footed. Stops moving his feet, and then that's why he gets beaten to the outside, and it turns into a sack. But the very next play, which we're rolling into. Hey there, Unapologetic Truth. Hopefully your comment's going to show up on the left-hand side of the screen, just up there somewhere, fairly shortly. I can see you're in chat already, but it should pop up there. The more active the chat is, the more it's going to show up on the screen on that side. That's why I've set it up, using a new streaming service. Do I trust any of the coaches to hold Field accountable in terms of speeding up his process? I don't think there's a problem speeding up his process. The only thing is sort of knowing where his answers are against looks that he's not expecting. So if you're talking about that in terms of speeding up the process, then there's work to be done, but you're only going to get that when you see it on tape. It's something that when you don't get it the first time, you don't see it the first time, then until you see it on the field, until you see it on tape, you see what it looks like, then you know where your answers are going to come from. And the more you do that, the reason why DJ was the entire receiving production is because we actually ran the ball quite effectively, and we were stopping them getting pressure with 4, and they started sending more people. So that's the reason why we got good pressure. These comments are going to show up on screen a little bit later. So in terms of information, pre-snap information, Cole Kmet there, cornerback there. So that tells you it's some sort of zone, and it looks like too high. Now, it can also be what you call match coverage, which, if it's match coverage, we've got Darnell Mooney here on a linebacker. We've got a safety over DJ Moore. And I think this is Khalil Herbert who runs sort of a stop here. And then we get that on the outside and middle of the field threat, which is why this works actually so well. So this is Khalil Herbert, that's Cole Kmet. So halfback normally wouldn't be there, tight end normally wouldn't be there, but you have corners over the top of both of these. So that by alignment tells you that it's some sort of zone. So off the snap, you see the linebacker's already panicking about Mooney here. So outside release, he just gets left. I mean, this is like Tampa 2 as far as I can tell is what they're trying to run. He's trying to stay over the top of Mooney, which I think is probably why the safety's thinking, Tampa 2 is an athletic linebacker, but is he going to stay with Darnell Mooney? No. And that's why the safety, he's got a little bit greedy with his eyes. He's thinking, my linebacker's going to get absolutely toasted here. And that's the reason why we've got, stop, corner threat, middle of the field threat, corner threat, stop. So against cover 2, perfect really, because, middle of the field against linebacker, if the safety doesn't hold this position, then you'd take that. If the safety cheats over here, you take that. If the safety holds here looking inside, which he is, then that's why you get this. And it's a perfect, I mean, people talk about processing. I mean, to be fair, you could probably take that shot there to, I think that's EQ, Equanimous St. Brown. So, I mean, you could probably take that there as well. But I love the fact you got middle of the field threat versus Tampa 2, because reason why I say Tampa 2, middle linebacker has dropped to create like this like almost cover 3 third. Although technically he's manned against Darnell Mooney. Safety cheats because he's kind of got it, because there's no way he's going to stay with him. And then it's just as easy as that. And the protection on this is actually really nice as well. So again, you know, in terms of we already see Blessing, this linebacker, he knows he's got a problem here. He's like, I've got the middle of the field here, guys, and I've got a fast receiver in the middle. So you see him, and he does the right thing. You know, he bails, he gets there. Great protection up front. Nate Davis actually had a really solid game. And then, you know, in terms of placement, how'd you like it? Right on my chest, thanks. Good stuff. Touchdown. Urgency. Leo's talking about urgency, and I don't know why these screens are not staying. These comments are not staying up on screen in the chat, but they're coming up on the chat. I noticed. So protection. So again, why we err to the left? I mean, I kind of know. I can kind of guess why we're erring to the left, because we've got a replacement tackle on the left, and we've got starters on the right. Although it's a rookie, so. I kind of get it, but again, at the same time, we're leaving one-on-one and one-on-one, you know, against Duran Payne and Sweat. You know, Borum doing a decent job there. Cody Whitehair absolutely mugging his man. And I love Lucas Patrick comes in and gives him a shot. That's actually a decent position there. I know people are going to say that looks like a hole, but his hand's on his hip. That's exactly where you want it. Hand on the left shoulder, which is the outside, up shoulder. The only thing I want to see is sort of like his ass a little bit lower and more in drive position. What I do like here is on the right-hand side is you talk about giving your man some help, because they've got basically just like a little twist on. So they're running an ET twist. What's an ET twist? End goes first, tackle waits, loops around the back. So in terms of picking up this stunt, which the Bears on the inside have had problems picking up stunts the first 4 weeks of the season, I love that Davis knows that I think it's Duran Payne is not coming. So he turns his head to the right as Darnell Wright's not letting him get penetration. If you let him get penetration there, then he can ear hole the guard, and then it really does become a problem, because you can have both of them come clean. But because he doesn't let him get, you know, penetration into the backfield, that's why he pushes him straight into Nate Davis. Okay, great, that's your man. And you see him extend with his arms there, Darnell Wright. And that extension with his arms stops him moving absolutely dead. And then great position of power there in terms of lowest man wins. And he's the lowest man, he's going to win that. And then you've got, you know, Darnell Wright is the big dancing bear. This is when he does move his foot. Look how light he is on his feet. Toes, toe tap, turn, ready to go, going nowhere, sets his feet again, you know, in a good position. And then you get Nate Davis in a drive position on his man. Borum's done a good job washing Chase Young past. Touchdown. Love it. Love it. Leo Factor blocks can't do the Justin Fields. There's room for everyone to think what they want to think with Justin Fields and quarterbacking, but what I'm trying to do here is not tell you what to think, but give you things to think about. And hopefully we're doing that. You're all going to make your own minds up of it anyway, but please don't, you know, let's not argue amongst Bears fans. Let's argue with other people like Packers and, you know, idiot Lion fans and stuff like that. Yeah, Leo, if just in the chat, just a quick, you know, I'm going to say it once, just be respectful to each other, please. So, in terms of what are we getting here? So, Mooney is in motion again, just a reset. So, it's a reset, and you've got this sort of offset bunch is going to become. So, you've got 3 because it's bunch. So, it's coming in to create this with Equinemius St. Brown up there, you know, decent blocking wide receiver. So, that looks more like a bunch there. And again, in terms of coming off the ball, what I like is previously we would have just kind of done that zone action and everyone would have been zone action. What I like is Darnell Wright gives the nearest threat a shot, and it makes the job for Lucas Patrick to get across so much easier. Cole obviously is leading here. Guard is pulling, which is Nate Davis, pulling there. So in terms of action, pretty good to this side, because I think this play actually gets run as the actual handoff later. And this is where Cole Kmet does that sort of stop, turn round, go back the other way. And that's where Darnell Wright blocking in and Mooney blocking in becomes so important, because that's where Fields can go back outside. Now, what I do want to see here is that's going to be Darnell Wright's man. I really want to see Cole Kmet come much straighter upfield, because we know Fields is going to get round the back of this. So I don't really want to see him going wide like this, because he's trying to keep it wide. St. Juice is trying to keep it wide. Well, that's the responsibility of Darnell Wright. Okay? If Cole Kmet comes and gets 57, then we're leaving one-on-one against the safety. And that's the wider you drift, you give, and look where we are now. We're literally, if Cole, bless him, I mean, great athlete, and he's really coming on. He's got his extension, which was a bit rich for my blood. But if he just think, because the wider you go, the less room you've got to work with as a runner. And you're going to be cutting back towards the cavalry. If you know you've only got one on the outside, we can leave Justin to beat that on his own. Just come back. Come back, because this is where the pursuit's going to be coming from. The pursuit's going to be coming from inside, not outside. You can quite clearly see, if you have eyes, Cole, you can quite clearly see there's nobody out there. We don't need to run to the sideline. We're not Tariq carrying on a sweep. We don't need to run straight at the sideline. You need to be coming upfield, and you need to be coming at this pursuit here. If we get that linebacker, then could be, and Justin, to be fair, he kind of tries to straighten up the pursuit by pushing inside to outside, which is what a running back would do. And then we just get a little tap tackle. But nonetheless, I'm moaning about an 8-yard run. Fat Boy Gotti, good to see you. And everyone in the chat, thank you for being respectful to each other, is what I hope. Again, looking at this play, what I think really makes this is this initial block here. And then that gets Lucas Patrick the chance to get around. And Equinemius St. Brown, to be fair, on a defensive end, gets a good crack. Mooney doing typical Mooney stuff, blocking. For his size, he's like a honey badger in the way that he blocks. Yeah, he's like 170, 180 pound wide receiver, but he blocks like he's 240, 250 pounds. I think spirit animal wise, I love the way that Darnell Mooney plays the game. But here is where I'm talking about. Cole, just straighten up, man. Just straighten up, and then block the first thing you see inside here. Just come straight up the field at this point. That is Darnell Wright's man. He's going to smush him if he tries to stay on this outside pursuit. He's just going to kill him on the sideline. If you come back inside here, Justin can cut up and then go outside, or both ways, or whatever he wants to do. But if you go to the sideline, we're losing room. We're now 8.5 yards to the sideline. Or 12.5, is it? Something like that. But anyway, I'm moaning about what was a good play. Go figure. Bears fans are moaning, eh? Into the next one. That's my son you can hear running up the stairs. I won't be apologise for any noise you can hear in the background. I love him to death. Right, so what have we got? Motion, slot tight end motion to the right side, making a strong side with the halfback. So now you've got sort of a 3 and a 2. In terms of safeties, looks like too high, but again, they're quite close to the line of scrimmage as far as safeties. I mean, ours would probably be somewhere in Michigan by now if it was at home. Certainly the start of the season. But you see where Tonyan has come to the outside now, and now the safety's rolled up into man, or a match coverage, should I say, because that's the outside of the line, and he's not going with it, which means he's got match in the backfield. He's got match over this side, which kind of means you've got then probably one spy and one middle of the field cover. You probably man there. Again, the leverages, in terms of leverage, this one is much more over the top. This one is an inside shade, which again, you tend to find you've got inside shades. They're probably going to be man. Weeping Bear, welcome. Good to see you in chat. Awesome. Right, we're going to get into this. Obvious pass play. Again, in terms of what I like about this, obviously 2 tight ends here and a third. In terms of who they got covering, you know your man on man there, which means your man here and 1 high safety and Mooney middle of the field threat, Dig here, and you got what looks like a rub here. So Herbert there, if he hits him early, he's got the outside. But as the linebacker clears and Tonyan is here, just does the smart thing, puts it on Komet's body. And Komet does the smart thing, turns inside. Sorry, Tonyan. So good stuff. I'm going to see it from the other angle. Defensive backfield. Again, there goes Tonyan in motion. Komet is the Y. You see the safety. You saw the safety roll out to that side. That's pretty good pass protection there as well. But you know, talk about speed of release and processing. I think he's processing pretty quick here, guys. I mean, you tell me. I mean, we're snapping the ball. You can see. I don't know if you can see in the centre of the screen over there, right at the bottom, just here. You can see the timestamp. So in terms of processing, I'll let you do the math because you know math is hard. All the rest of it. Right, so when is he snapping? Started moving the ball now. So 6:36:90. Right, ball in his hand at half a second. Right, now he's found the laces there. We're at 2 seconds. 2.5. Ball out. Right on his shoulder, exactly where you want to put the ball there. And Tonyan, to be fair, does the right thing, turning to the inside where he knows people are leaving. Yeah, Rick's saying that they left the centre uncovered all night. Well, I mean, that's because they're running cover 2 and they're having to cover to the outside. What I love here in pass protection is look how patient Darnell Wright is with his hands. He's getting what you call a flash. So when a defensive end throws one hand out at you like that, throws that hand out at you, he wants you to try and swat it, and then he's trying to chop down, but you see, he just pulled his hand out of the way. He can't chop down something that's not there. And because he's done that now he puts his hands on his pads. Now he's got him square. And he stops him absolutely dead. This is a really good pass rusher, guys. He's just absolutely stopped him dead. In terms of the other guys, you know, Nate Davis, again, left one-on-one against a pretty good defensive tackle. I think anyone in the league would agree. And he's working both sides violently. Nate Davis played really well. And Borum, you know, for all the detractor, and he had a couple of bad snaps. Chase Young, one-on-one, got him, and then Whitehair helps out. Good protection, great pass completion. On to the next one. So motion, this time it's DJ Moore, Dino Mooney out this side. Again, St. Brown, and I think it might be Mercedes Lewis. So again, you got, although it's different personnel, again you got this 3 to this side. You got this motion coming across. So we've seen this scheme. When I say this scheme, we've seen this look with a motion and it being still 3 threat to one side. And again, you know, in terms of reading the field is exactly what he's doing. So he's saying, okay, I've got 3 defenders here against 3 there. I'm now bringing an extra into the numbers here. I'm seeing this guy widen. Linebacker really isn't kind of cheating over that much. He doesn't get outside of the tackle, you notice. So then once we come around the back here, this is a really key piece of information here. You see him widen, but he widens to the inside man. He doesn't. If he comes and they swap, because that's outside leverage telling you it's zone of some form, but it's not zone of some form because it becomes match. Once you see him come outside of this receiver, this is when you know it's a match coverage. So, you know, I'm trying to give you something to think about when you're seeing it on the field. Once he comes outside Mooney and then he comes head up over Mooney and not going to the outside with DJ Moore, then you know it's match. And, okay, so what is match saying? You see he's telling him, you know, stay back. And we now know it's cover 3. Because cover 3 by alignment, you know it's cover 3. You can see it's cover 3 with match inside. So he's going to man up against him if he comes inside, or if he goes outside, he's going to follow. That's the cover 3 on the outside. let's see what Fields does with the information. So again, you see him checking the one high safety staying, execute the action fake, and then as he's executing the action fake, he's actually reading the outside what these two are doing. Mooney straightens up really well. So he must inside release, which is inside release, and then he's going to straighten up, which is leaving one-on-one on the outside again. So again, this inside release to there keeps the middle of the field defender. And we've got another one dropping here, 3 deep. Why he would be dropping to there, I don't know. But yeah, double team to the side that DJ Moore is on. They are trying to, but you can quite clearly see Mooney's beating his man like a drum there. And we get also like a levels because we're doing that. So we have a levels to this side and a third level. And in terms of throwing it, it's the right decision because all this space to the sideline, this is absolutely the right decision. Yeah, you could go over the top and you could, if you throw a perfect ball, get a strike there, but you'd be going against 2 defenders. He's got his man beat here. He's got a lot of room to work with. Absolutely the right place to throw it. In terms of, execution, just so close. So close. Never mind. Hopefully you're enjoying this, guys. A bit of Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening for you. In terms of sliding left again, the protection seemed to slide left all night. Again, you've got a wide receiver and a tight end left against 2 pretty good players. And they're just absolutely handling things up front. And I love this. I love this. I love it when you get someone... don't get me wrong. Darnell Wright's got him in his pocket at the end of the day. He's got Daron Payne in his pocket because he comes to the outside. Look at that. Got him in his pocket, and then Nate Davis says, how's your ribs feeling, Daron? Oh, pretty bad. And then Darnell's like, okay, let's keep you going that way. Now let's get a bit of extension. And I might be able to get a pancake out of this. No, it gives him a bit of an easy time. This is how close it is to being perfect. It's so close. So close. They were deep levels, but that's the point. It was like you've got like a man and zone beater in one play. Now you can have that at short levels of field or deep levels of field. Obviously, we're between the 30s when that play starts. Is he as fast as quick? He is as fast and quick in a straight line. I'm not sure he's as fast in and out of his breaks yet. But again, he had a foot injury. So that's probably going to be coming a little bit later in the... You're going to see probably a comment pop up on the... that's just up there somewhere. Weeping Bear. Is Mooney as fast and quick as he was? Again, watching this pass protection, this is really nice. And to be fair, EQ, Mercedes Lewis... Nice. We got that guy. Daron Payne comes to the outside. Nate Davis has got this guy on the inside. Look at how they've dealt with this as a 3. Borum, everyone loves to hate Borum, but for a swing tackle, even comparing to Leno, fastest man off the line, off the ball, great position. That's really good work, guys. What are you hating there exactly from Borum? If you're watching this snap, there's going to be some snaps where he gets beaten. Don't forget, this is like the second week into the season where he's been playing at all, really, getting any starter snaps. And this is on a short week against a very good front. I love this with... this is my favourite side of the line, to be fair. Nate Davis and Darnell Wright. It's just fun to watch. And then bang, and then extension. Love it. And that's so close. A couple of weeks' time, and that'll be a completion. We've got 10 days, so hopefully they're going to be able to work on that. So we're going to get to the next one. Here we go. So again, pre-snap information. Pre-snap information is something that the mechanics on the throw, or the previous throw, Leo. Are you asking the previous throw? So if you're asking for the mechanics on this one, was this one, wasn't it? This is the Mooney one. Yeah, there's no crow hopping. He's standing on his right foot. He's opening up his hips. His hips are square, I think, on the release. We'll go to the backfield views for the actual, for a better look at the actual throw itself, mechanic wise. So we're rolling through, just answering the question, what does it look like in terms of the throw? So back pedal, we are kind of drifting a little bit to the right, which is not perfect. In terms of like opening up his hips are open. Plants off that foot. Just a slight gather, and then plants the right foot down. Yeah, I don't want to see him step into that right foot quite so much. I want to see him throw off the back of that right foot. And that's possibly why it sails on him a little bit, goes a little bit front foot heavy, very slightly. But in terms of everything else, hips, shoulders, perfect. Whip round, fine. It's a little bit of a long stride if I'm being critical on anything. That's probably why the ball sails a little bit. But into the next rep. So, Herbert motions out the backfield. the rolled safety, because this is a safety, the rolled safety is already down in the box. They're showing kind of cover 3, because again, when I say they're showing cover 3, outside alignment, you could call it cover 1, but it's probably going to be cover 3. Outside alignment kind of sells zone. When Herbert comes out of the backfield, comes to the line, you get then a kind of a man under, which makes you think that then possibly we're going to have Komet against linebacker. We're going to get, I think that might be the rookie. And this here is Blazing Game is against the corner. So Blazing Game there, again by alignment, that tells you it's zone. So by alignment with Blazing Game being here and the cornerback being here, that tells you it's zone. So it tells you it's cover 3. And this is quite clearly a screen. I think the only one that actually sort of realises it is that Payne 94? Yeah, it is. He's the only one that realises it, but it's too late. Gets his hands up. The zip on that, because this is like a catch throw, because it's out of gun, which to throw it out of gun with someone who holds the point of the ball and snaps it, you don't get the ball's rotating end over end when it comes to you, catches it. I mean, that's a great position to throw the ball. That's exactly the position that you should have thrown the previous one. Right on him. Khalil Herbert out in front. Keep your eyes on this. Oh, down. Oh, somebody call 911 to go. Where's the ambulance chasers? We need, there's an RTA, a road grade traffic accident here on the quarterback. Oh my God, I love this. Oh dear. Love it, and I love that Lucas Patrick is peeling back as well for 90 in the backfield. He doesn't get a hand on him, but I mean he's peeling back for him. But Darnell right on this. Oh my God, love it, love it, love it, love it. Yeah, I mean that's actually really smart there. He realises really really quickly. Ball's already out. I mean that's people say he hasn't got a fast release. Wham! There's the ball. Oh God! Oh dear! Love it. Smush! Oh, love it. Absolutely love it. Sorry, I'm enjoying this a little bit too much, but see me. Love it. Absolutely smashing him to bits. Nate Davis coming for another. He's looking at a little body as well. He's gonna have him some fun down here. Look at that. Go on, big fella. Love it. On to the next one. So again, Valus Jones sighting. Someone alert a klaxon somewhere. Valus Jones sighting, there he goes. And again, you see a rotation. So, again, by alignment, so what is the alignment telling you? We've motioned across. You see a rotation of safety. So you know it's kind of one high. And they're going to try and man up underneath. Which, to be fair, this creates an absolute vacuum here. An absolute vacuum there. So, I mean, they really do. Because, again, they're not getting pressure early with just the 4. So that's why they're trying to, everyone's in the box. And then it's just like, Fields is looking directly at Vallis Jones, which is keeping people's attention. Sees him crash the outside, just hands it off. And then we seal it off, and away you go. Cracking stuff. So you see it here, and it's just it all kind of goes in our favour really here, because alignment wise, you've got like a 3, a 7, a stand up 9, like I guess you'd call that a 3i. So A gap clear, in the B gaps, C gaps. So in terms of running, in here, we kind of like the numbers anyway. This motion going across is going to drag people out a little bit. Got a blitz on the outside as well, so they are actually sending a blitz, a design blitz. But because we've got 3 on 3 here, and then they try and come in to compensate, and now it's completely walled off. And away you go. I love that step back. Make him miss. If he had just a little bit more speed, he's away. Again, this backfield angle is a really nice angle of this. So again, there's that. When someone fast motions and you're getting quite clearly a showing blitz, late showing blitz. And Fields just reads it because we get a twist as well. So we're actually getting a TE. Tackle goes first, end comes around. And then linebacker coming in. So what they're trying to do is they're actually trying to overload like this area, 4 against 3. So they're trying to get a win there. But we've got this sorted. Komet's over there. And then as they come inside, Lucas Patrick, to be fair, does a good job there. Dino Wright's got that all day. Off you go, Khalil. Make him miss. Nice. Great run. So next play I've got to show you, not quite so good. Again, so by alignment, I'm saying by alignment, Cole Kmet tight end on the outside, cornerback. As he rotates past this, because that's the next clue, as the motion comes past the first man, that's when you're going to get, again, if he comes over the top and then someone else comes over the top of there, it's giving you clues as to what the coverage is. As we come down, we see the linebacker comes up, safety's getting interested. So, again, it's that sort of that backside protection there, stretch action. They're trying to make it look like it's run, but you can quite clearly see from this that we're not getting that. So Tonyan, that, and then like a deep over. And really, at this point, you've got Komet on a short check down. And that's really it. Because we're not facing the right way. So it's basically it's Komet or nothing. Gets it to him. And then Komet, rather than following his blockers, it just turns back inside. And I don't know, you're just turning into trouble. So again, what I like about design is making it look like it's that backside tight end trap block, and the zone action going that way. It does actually hold the linebackers really well here. Chase Young sits and freezes, which is a problem, as does this guy here, this fella. And as we're turning around, Larry just faced the line scrimmage, dude. Komet, just why he's facing inside to catch this, I don't know. But if he just turns outside now with his blockers, just follow your blockers. But why you would turn inside here and then go back and then run into contact. Still, it's a completion. We do get some yards from it, just not ideal. So again, bunch, defender leaving this area to get over the top. So you see one over the top, and what you normally get here is where you get stacked release like this. You'll say, okay, inside man, outside man is what you'll normally get, and they'll try and get press on the up man, and then depending upon what they're going to do, if he releases to the outside like this, if he sells hard to the outside, he should just keep his position. He comes over the top and he's waiting for this guy, to clear underneath. That's the way you kind of draw it up. Absolutely head up, slight inside shade. That suggests it's man to that side of the field. Tight end to this side of the field. Obviously, 4 down linemen. There's your. That would mean that this is over the halfback, tight end. So that's what you're kind of thinking is what they're looking at there. Motion. As you see the motion come inside, now it's man. So whereas before it was inside outside, now you know you're in man, and now you know it's one high as well, because you see Fields looking middle of the field. What he's looking at first is this safety, because he knows Mercedes Lewis is here, and he's over the top of the halfback as well. Inside release again by Mooney, straight up the field by DJ Moore. One high. So one high, got a middle of the field threat, outside threat all in his own on the outside here, and then outside threat here. EQ turns in. And what I love here is DJ Moore to the top of the field here. Watch him just turn the hips of this defender. Pushing outside. Turns back inside. Got him turned around. That's why he creates that separation. Look at that. Forces him outside to get his hips turned. As he does, pushes back to the inside. All that separation. Ball's right on him. Catches, turns outside, spins back inside again. Just fantastic stuff. Darnell Mooney, getting involved, blocking downfield again. Love it. And look at that. Did you see the big fella coming at the end there? Look at that. Darnell Wright. 40 yards downfield. Love it. Yeah, I mean, Whitehair's got small hands, the O factor one. It's why he struggles to hold the ball to snap it. Look at that, DJ Moore. You want to talk about an alpha? There he is. Great stuff. So into the backfield. Slightly higher left. I like that Fields isn't really selling too hard on this play action here. Look at this, snatching the hands down there. Tevin Jenkins. Great stuff. It's a linebacker and he just goes in, absolutely buries him. Oh God, you got to love the needless violence that we get from Tevin Jenkins virtually every single play. I love it. It's absolutely needed for me. Love it. Swims in, gets a good shove on him. Okay, now I'm going to make you pay, fella, which he does. What I also love here is the hustle of this fella. DJ Moore making his man miss. Darnell Mooney getting involved, blocking downfield. Love that. Love that. Love this here. But I really love this. Look at the effort of these two rookies. Fantastic. Right, next play is a run play. So, a drift. Good blocking up front with the doubles. Look at the hole off left tackle here. You want to talk about creating a wall. Look at that. Borham's got his man blocked to the outside. We've got a wall there. There's your cutback. Roshan. Good stuff. It's not a huge game, but I really like the way that they block this. So that's like your 2I, 3, like 7, 9 techniques. Look at this double here. If Tevin Jenkins doesn't come off the ball this hard, it makes that double so much harder. And we got an inside shoulder attack by Darnell Wright, inside shoulder attack, and then because we've got that, Nate Davis, look at what he does. One shoulder and then down to second level, which he is. So he got him walled off, now he's going to come down to second level. Got him walled off, now we're going to come down to second level. Got him walled off. Oh, I love the way Tevin Jenkins plays. I just love the violence he's come. Look at him coming at the linebacker now. Fantastic stuff getting down to the second level there. If Lucas Patrick can just hold up a little bit better there. Great stuff. Cornerbacks having to make a business decision on tackling. Goes for the starfish technique, which is, I'm going to be a starfish and tackle you. Everyone that plays against Tevin must be absolutely pissed off at the end of the game. Look at this. Look at this. Just get off me, man. No, you're mine until the whistle goes. You're mine until the whistle goes. Don't fight back, small man. I'm just going to make you hurt next time. Yeah, don't push him. Whatever you do, don't push him. It's not going to end well for you. Love it. If you're a Bears fan, you love that, and you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe, hit like, all the rest of it. Share the video. Tell other people we're live and we're going to respond to chat, etc. And we're going to get some college football breakdown as well. Again, so in terms of, telling you what I see, not telling you what to think. So, again, clues to what they've got. Cornerback again on the outside, tight ends on the outside line, so you know it's some sort of zone coverage. It looks very much like one high, cover 3 by alignment, so we're outside shade. Again, in terms of clues as to what they're doing, outside alignment suggests that it's zone, and inside alignment would suggest it's one high and man, because they want to turn them to and use the sideline as their friend. So Komet comes in motion. So now we're obviously he's at a wing, but we've got a tight end. I formation. Who'd have thought an I formation could work in the modern NFL? Reverse pivot, toss. Good stuff here by Komet. Hunting to the second level. Tevin Jenkins doing Tevin Jenkins things. Nate Davis getting to the inside of his man. We just need Lucas Patrick to get down here. Darnell Wright on the backside of this play. This is blocked up pretty well so far there. And what I love is the patience of Roschon Johnson pushing it to the outside and then cutting back. So he squeezes the outside first, then cuts back. And that's what makes this block here much easier if you notice. Barham's kind of head up. And what Roschon Johnson doing here makes him try and stay to the outside, They're fighting. Look, both of them are fighting to get outside contain. They're both fighting to get the outside contain. And that's just because he pushed a little bit wider. Rick, great to see you. You can catch it later. It's going to be on the channel, so you'll be able to come back and watch the rest of it, no problem. Thanks for coming in, my friend, and commenting and being in chat. Pushing wide here. The reason why that works is because it makes these two have to fight to the outside, which means when you do cut back, now all of a sudden, we've got them walled off. Great stuff. Cut back. There you go. Make him pay at the end. Good job, Roschon. Hopefully his concussion isn't too bad. Again, you're going to see what I'm talking about here with Roschon. Just pushing wide that little bit makes his linebacker then have to fight to the outside. So this is about making your blocking easier up front as a running back. So if he just cuts up at this point, it actually makes things a lot harder. If you've cut up there right away, then you're more likely to get defeated there. But because he keeps drifting wide, now he's on the outside. You see this guy fighting to the outside. Tev's there on the inside. Now, when we plant and we cut up field, all of a sudden, we got that blocked, and then all of a sudden, there you go. Good stuff by the rookie. Good run. See it from the backfield. Whitehair might have 10-inch hands, but he's got short fingers, which is why he struggles to grip the ball. So again, looking at the doubles, you know, double to second level, double to second level. That's the whole premise. Single, single, fall back, single. And again, you know, I know I'm over egging it, but you know, the reason why pushing wider works here is because you're setting up your blocking up front by doing that. Once you make them commit, just by staying wide to that point there, makes them commit to the outside, makes him commit to the outside. All of a sudden, you've created for yourself, just by drifting wider, you created yourself that little lane. Love the effort. That's the way you finish a run. Positive momentum both sides of the balls for this few games. Yeah, hopefully. Right, next run. So again, commits on the outside. So again, pre-snap information, commit on the outside, cornerback on the outside. Again, telling you zone. Outside lineman telling you zone. Cover 2, kind of, look. Stand up end again. Sees the safety roll down. You see him roll down here. So now we're looking like we're 3. Which this short of the field, I'm not sure. It's just a toss there. And again, Roshan just makes all the blocking on a zone. This is exactly what you want to do. You don't want to cut up too soon. And we've got far too many. This is what Cole Kmet does particularly badly. He doesn't set up his blocks and he's not patient enough to wait for his blocks. He's making people attack upfield on the outside. Because once he does and he cuts back, we've got bodies up the middle. It's not a particularly big game, but it's exactly what you want to do as a running back. Is on this sort of toss look, doubles up front, push it wide, cut back, hit it with authority. And it's a good sort of 5-6 yards inside the 15. Makes the job so much easier. Next play we're going to look at is 3rd and 6. Right, so again, in pre-snap information. Rotates past the centre. And all you see is a rotation. You got quite clearly, oops, didn't want to do that. Quite clearly you've got 3 over the top and probably 4 under. Is what you're looking at. And it looks like actually what they're doing is blitzing. And you got like a whip from Mooney. And again, in terms of stopping the safety over the help, I know it's not like technically straight down the centre of the field, but Komet coming down here, just holding there, and you got like a whip on the outside and then like a corner. Sorry, a whip on the outside and then like a stop go on the, here. So this is DJ Moore. I think this is the touchdown to DJ Moore actually. Sells the inside, that makes him bite up and then he goes. This is just a fantastic throw by Justin Fields. I don't like his sort of pushing up on his feet there. I kind of know why, because he's coming back because he knows he's going to get drilled by Duran Payne. But this is a fantastic throw. And DJ Moore, his concentration here. He's being held there, that's defensive holding. And then patient with his hands, wait. Now I elevate. 2 hands, right on the ball. Pull it up and away from the defender. You see him pull it up and away. Rotating his shoulders away from the defender. You can't make a play on the ball now. Down we go with the feet, touchdown. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. We do get a bit of pressure, Duran Payne up front here on Lucas Patrick's right hand. And again, I think it's because the drifting left foot. If Lucas Patrick, you shouldn't turn to the sideline. Certainly not this early into the rep. You shouldn't be turning to the sideline. They're 2 for 2 out there. We're okay. We don't need to turn to the sideline. Once you turn to the sideline, you're making Nate Davis' job. This is probably PFF. Probably says that's pressure on Nate Davis. Lucas Patrick just lets him go. And then Justin with the concentration. In terms of like you want to talk about mechanics again, look at the hips, square shoulders, Look at him rotate around the spine. Arm goes straight at the extension. Rotation on the ball. Absolutely fantastic placement. We'll go frame by frame. There it is. And look at him now rotating, pull the ball away. You see him extending the ball up and away and rotating his shoulders round. That's the difference between an alpha receiver and just a regular receiver. They don't do the small things like that. Does Paul re-sign Tevin Jenkins? If Tevin Jenkins stays fit, I think you'd probably offer to him anyway. But you make an offer to him anyway. But again, I love that Tevin actually flashes a hand for the defender to go at here. And then he pulls it away. And then he swats his hands down. That's great protection on the left side of the line there. And again, Lucas Patrick, yet again, why is he going left all the time? Nate Davis is on a hide into nothing there. And that's just absolutely fantastic. Such strong hands, and then to turn the ball away like that, rotate your back to him so they can't get the hand in on the ball, and concentrate to get both feet down. What a fantastic piece of business that was, getting him. Next play. So again, information by alignment. Tight end on the outside of the line, cornerback on the outside, so you know it's some sort of zone. Again, outside alignment. Safety over the tight end side. Another tight end here. Motion goes past the centre. What happens? They just widen. Mesh. Seafield's looking at the safety, and he's got Mooney on this sort of wheel. Got a middle of the field stresser here. Middle of the field stresser here. Check down here. And then Komet sits as he rotates. Fields makes the right decision. That's where it needs to go. Fantastic. Good stuff. Good effort from Cole on the end there. Yeah, credit where it's due. This is the kind of route that suits Cole Komet. If you're asking him to sort of leverage people on the on the stem, he doesn't do it particularly well. When you ask him to sit versus zone like this, this is his wheelhouse. And then that, putting it to the shoulder, outside shoulder, letting him turn away from the trouble. It's absolutely perfect ball placement. Love it. What do you think? Let me know in the chat. Hit like. Get people in here. That's just great stuff. I mean, like I say, in terms of the ball location, all the trouble here for Cole is to the inside. So, pursuit. So where does he put the ball? Literally on his right shoulder. Right on his right shoulder, just underneath his face mask. Can't make it any easier than that. Great stuff. Next one's a run play. So again, pre-snip information, Cole Komet outside of a wide receiver, and you've got safety over the top, which sort of suggests more man. Inside alignment should suggest more man. Possible half field because we're outside alignment here. So again, Fields is looking at all this information. Pre-snap motion goes from out to in, and you see the exchange there. Match. This tells you it's match coverage. Whoever the inside guy is, he is going to take, and whoever the outside guy is, he's going to take. That's what match coverage is, which kind of means we've got linebacker on halfback, and then down they go. It's almost like a trap, and you can do that. And it releases him, and that trap works because they've got to pursue back to the inside. Tevin Jenkins does a great job there. And then Borum and Komet are after the same man again, which is the only issue. Good stuff. Yeah, I think you're right there. Daniel Watson's comment's going to be coming up on screen any second now. Patrick snaps the ball better and more consistently than Whitehair, but Whitehair is definitely a better, smarter blocker. He is a stronger blocker as well. I think what would be nice to see is if Doug Kramer comes back, if he's able to come back. He actually looked like he was playing better than both of them pre-season. Whether he gets a chance or not, I don't know. I think they like Cody Whitehair's smarts and the amount of experience he has in the league. Lucas Patrick, for me, can sit on the bench once Doug Kramer is back. You keep saying about hesitation, mate. I don't know what you're wanting him to do. Do you want him to not read the field, just go pre-snap read, and then that's it? We're going to throw the first thing, or do you want him to read the field? Because you talk about hesitation, I'm not seeing that much hesitation. That's great stuff up front here, by Tev. And we're going to see it from the back angle. The back angle's even better. So again, they're going to kind of show, go, trap, go. That's kind of what it is. And it looks like a pass, motion goes, etc. They're thinking it's pass. And he just gives... in fact, if anything, if Herbert... I don't know, call me mad. If Herbert just runs there, instead of cutting to the outside... I don't understand why he's cutting to the outside, because he thinks Colcomet's going to seal him. But he doesn't, just comes back. If anything, that's a hold. So we got away with a hold there. Because that is a hold. And we got away with it. On to the next one. It's another run from gun. That rhymes. So again, in terms of formation, 2 tight end set, 1 back. All the strength is on the right hand side. Look at the double here up front by Nate Davis and Darnell Wright. Cody getting jacked a little bit, but he chooses the wrong side, so he kind of fails to the right side. Good run in there by Khalil Herbert. Again, looking at Cody Whitehair, he kind of gets rocked back, but he loses with what you call is losing with dignity. See him just lose to the right side there. Wall him off. Mercedes Lewis has been good. Look at that there. I mean, anyone else goes to the floor there, just holds position. Good stuff. Just slightly tripped there, Nate Davis. Tev doing Tev stuff. Great. Look at that. Fantastic. Love it. Again, so what's the motion telling you? I'm not going to labour it with every single one. I'll let you decide what you think it's telling you, especially when he goes outside Mooney. You see him track over the top. That tells you it's man. Certainly on the inside it's man. And we're getting like A-gap. We're getting A-gap pressure showing. Which they're doing then sit. So we're getting chip release again. Again, in terms of numbers, we kind of like that with one high. We know we're going to get something in the middle of the field. We know we're getting a win here, particularly with Darnell Mooney there, coming around that back, because that's kind of almost like a designed rub. We don't quite get it because Cole's just a little bit too upfield. But nevertheless, Mooney gets clear. Borum just gets stepped on there, which is why he goes down. That's why pressure comes. But again, why are we turning backwards? That's twice now. Mooney's been in position just to catch it over his shoulder or to elevate, where it's turned, trying to run backwards and catch the ball. I mean, it's PI. I mean, every single day of the week, this is PI anywhere else other than because he actually swats him in the face. I mean, the ball is nowhere near. Right, he's in contact with his shoulder right now and the ball is up here somewhere. How that wasn't called PI, God only knows. Because I don't. And again, I think you're going to see Larry Borum just get stepped on at the last second. Again, they're showing that sort of overload blitz kind of thing. Cody turns to the right side. Maybe gets a little bit too much help there with Tev and he just trips up. Thankfully, Fields does not get rolled on there. But here's the ball. Again, we just don't... I don't know why we need to turn around for this. But you want to talk about pass interference? His hands are on his face right there. There's the ball. His hands are on his face. Is he playing the ball? No. But why we're turning backwards, I don't know, because it just makes it harder. But still, should have been pass interference. Wasn't called. Next play is a run play. Yeah, I mean, Daniel Watson saying Borum's made a couple of mistakes but looks damn solid for the most part. Jones more athletic, but I think Borum's a better blocker. Jones is a better blocker in space in the run. Braxton Jones is a better blocker in space. I think he has a lot of limitations as a pass blocker, if I'm being honest. He gives up his chest way too early. He's, generally speaking, too high. Why he hasn't sorted out keeping his ass down yet, I don't know. I know we're going to get another run off this play. What I love is that you see Justin just doing a check with me there. That helmet, kill. Or can it to the other side. So that's either a strength check, as in counting the numbers. When I say a strength check, you're counting numbers. It's counting numbers, so saying, okay, Khalil, come to the other side. We're going the opposite way now. Gets it. There's a handoff. And it couldn't work out any better. 1-2, down to second level. We've got that singled. And that means that Nate can get down to second level. And we've got Khalil running right in the middle of the field. Which we do. Just fantastic. I love this. I love this effort by all three of these guys. Cody Whitehair, Nate Davis and Tev Jenkins. Love it. Love it. This is what you want to see out your offensive lineman. Get involved, lads. Get involved. Make that palm move. Love it. Fantastic stuff, guys. Whitehead gets 1K for 3 or 4 assisted yards in this game. Yeah. He does well on this play. That's just it's a great check with me. Again, when I talked about numbers, you can quite clearly see now, can't you, where the strength is. And it's kind of over at this point. Love it. And then these three. Let's get involved. Love it. Next one. Another run. So motion goes out the backfield. It's a halfback. So what I like about this is, yeah, you could say, because it's clearly it's the left side of the field really. So it's like, you know, it's like 1 to 2 is the read, because one high safety as well here. And he could throw that. He could throw that to the inside. But what I do like is this is like less than 2 minutes in the first half left to go, I think. And Fields does the super smart thing, which is gets the first down, slides down, inbounds, stops the clock, almost gets a knee to the head, but I'm glad that he slid there to give this. He could throw, it's just like double slants to here. He could throw the inside one, but again, he knows he's got both of those guys in the outside beat. And I love that. Just slide down in bounds. You're super smart. Yeah, there you're going to see it better from this angle. So in terms of hand up here, and Khalil's there. I mean, I can understand why he's not throwing that, because Chase Young elevates, and he's literally right on his back, and he knows there's nobody out here. There's literally nobody out here. They're in man, so he knows that this guy, the only guy that can make a tackle on the outside, because Chase Young, if you notice here, and this really is the angle, he kind of sells to the inside to get in the throw lane, which he does. So I actually think this is the right decision by Fields, because he's come to the inside. Here, he knows he's now not in outside contain. So he just pulls the ball down. Okay, you're not in outside contain. I'm going to make you pay for not being in outside contain. I know. We can slate him for not throwing the ball, but I also like the fact that he saw Chase Young come to the inside, sell out for the pass, get elevated, and he made the right decision in terms of pulling it down and then getting in bounds. This is a pass. We see Komet motion from one side to the other. You just see a slide. And again, this kind of looks almost like zero to me, cover zero, as in no high safety, which would suggest you're going to get a blitz of some form, which I think we do get 5 coming. So, because that's in man, and that's in man, and that's in man, Komet does really well here, to be fair to him. He actually stops short, because too many times Komet would press up into the body of this man before cutting, and wants to cut across his face clean so he can accelerate away from the man, and then Justin puts it right on him. I mean, you talk about processing here, I don't see any issue with his processing here. Absolutely no issue with decisions and processing there, and a great ball. There's the motion. I'm going to give Cole, because I've called him robotic and all the rest of it. I'm going to give him his props here, because what I do like about this route is he runs at the man, his outside hip, to start with. He runs at his outside hip, so he can't cheat in. So fair's fair. Run at his outside hip initially. You see him sliding across now. Okay, so that's when you plant and then accelerate and go. And that's NFL Open. Ball's already on its way, look. So you talk about decision making. Right, decision's already made. Right. Decision is made right there. Wham. Right on him. Easy touchdown. Next play. I think that's Weeping Bear makes a good point in chat. He says Fields creates unusual decisions through his athleticism. He creates options that don't exist for many other players. I think that is a very astute observation, if you don't mind me saying. A little bit disappointed that Eugene Dudley is the last like on the stream, or it's not updating. Not disappointed with you, Eugene. It's just it'd be nice to see other people liking it. But there we go. We're an hour and 25 in. Motion comes across. Tight end on the end of the line. This tells you it's zone anyway. So again, in terms of this is going to be a run play, but it's giving you information off this motion for what this alignment's going to look like again in the future. It's a case as an offensive coordinator and quality control assistants in the booth to understand that information. Love this trap. Just a good old fashioned counter. So it's good old fashioned counter. Okay, what do I mean by good old fashioned counter? Block down, block down, block down. Wham, wham. And I think we're going to see some Darnell Wright loveliness on this play, if memory serves well. Nate Davis on Young. That's a good wham. This just, it's not fair, is it? It's not really fair. I mean, to be fair to the cornerback, absolute props for him not just disappearing into a hole, but he just gets absolutely killed, absolutely crushed. And then look at the acceleration from the big fella. Love it. Motion goes. There's a counter. I think Herbert is not running the right play here. I think Herbert's supposed to, like Hezzy, unless this is like a pitch and then you follow here, but I don't think he's doing the right thing. This is actually decent stuff here to the inside and then getting down to second level. Good stuff, Cole Komet. Good stuff here by Tev. Decent stuff here by Cody. But this, oh dear, love it. Boom. Oh dear, that's gotta hurt. Justin doing Justin things. Next one, not so great. I got 24 watching, 21 likes. Might not be updated. It is what it is. I'm not. I might say hit the like and all the rest of that. That's what YouTubers say. I'm not really a YouTuber. I'm just someone who just enjoys breaking down tape and having some friends along the line and some haters probably as well, no doubt. You know, someone's probably hit dislike on it already, but tape never lies and all that. Again, so teaching alignment, tight end on the outside, and you got a cornerback on the outside, again, outside alignment. You know the drill. Motion comes across, Tonyan coming across, safety rolls down, cover 3. Anyone? Cover 3 in the chat. Do you think it's cover 3? Let's see. So chip release on the outside. He's got, for me, he's got commit now here. But you can see, again, in his defence, we've got Darnell Wright looking there, and we've got Cody Whitehair completely beaten on the inside. Was this a stunt? No, it's just a straight up 91, just on a straight rush with the centre. Guard's got his man one-on-one. It is, yeah, it is like a twist round the back. So it is like an inside twist. And as I turn, he just loses him round the back there. But throw this or this at the end of the day. That's what we need to do. Either hit this here, this kind of area. So either hit it there or, out there for Blazing Game. But I think he wants to hit. He's seen one-on-one deep. And I think Justin, thank you, Weeping Bear. I really appreciate that. Greatly appreciated breakdown. Justin, to be fair, he's seen one-on-one on the outside, and I think he wants to hit the home run shot as he's got his back turned. And I think he sees Mooney breaking to the inside. That's what he wants to hit. He just needs to hit the check down at that point because look, you can see pressure in his face. It's just the protection breaks down there. To be fair. I don't blame Justin for wanting to hit the. I don't blame Fields for wanting to hit the deep shot there. He's got one-on-one. He's got one high. He's got man, and it's just that. Nate Davis takes his guy, and then he comes to the inside, and then you get like a late loop. But because they got detached, like depth-wise, there, that's why Cody's kind of left in a bad position there. And then Burham gets beat, slow feet. And then as this twist comes around the back, you see Jatari Carter, who's in for Tev now. To be fair, as he's going to struggle, he struggled there. I mean, he got away with a hold on that, and he still gets a sack. So, Allen a first round pick, Jatari Carter, 5th, 6th round pick? I might have said that sort of, that I got dislikes and all the rest of it. I am actually pleased to see the Tape Never Lies doing really well. Something I said to them a long time ago was that they should use Super Chat because they do have a loyal set of fans. And good to see them making hay with that. So yeah, more power to their elbow. Borum getting beaten. And it's really 1, 2, 3 getting beaten. And Fields is right. He's got one-on-one deep, and that's what he's trying to hit. It's just that the protection breaks down. So at least he protects the ball on this one. Next play. kind of cover 6 look. So up, off. So cover 4 to this side, you know, as in that would be cover 4 if it was like that. But it's cover 4 to this side and cover 2 to that side, which kind of makes you think you've then got, like, you know, probably 3 under. That kind of mesh action, and the safety bites up. Justin knows he's got one-on-one on the outside. He's got his man. I mean, it's just a clinic on route running, really. So he's setting outside release, gets his hips turned because he knows he's hooking back to the inside there. Ball's already out, on its way to the outside shoulder. Perfect. Away you go. And I'm fairly certain we're going to see here that he's... Right, so this is the foot. You tell me, because this angle, so first angle we're going to see, right, this is the foot they're saying gets out of bounds, that one there. Because he's not to that point. That's the one that they say goes out of bounds. I don't think his heel, that left heel, I don't think it hits there. Because he's actually sprinting. You quite clearly see there, his heel does not come down. Look at the ankle flexion. And this one's right next to it, and the other guy that actually makes a call is off screen this way. That heel does not come down there for me. I mean, you can quite clearly see his heel position there. So that's where his heel is there. Right there. That's where the bottom of his foot is. Quite clearly his heel is not on the floor. And they blew it dead. And it would have been another touchdown. So this another angle. We're going to see it on this one. Nice clear camera view actually on this one. So it's on the contact of this. So, right, there's that contact. Right, that one's fine. That one's fine. That one's fine. This is the one that they say. His heel is definitely not down there. His heel definitely does not. It's so close. It is so close, but I'm absolutely certain his heel does not come down there. Still, we're going to get another look at it still. Another angle from the back this time. This is probably the best one out of the lot, to be honest, the angle. So we'll pause it just after he makes contact. We're a bit far away this time. Right. It's his left foot, you remember. Not that one. Not that one. This one. It's his heel is not down. I wonder if I can zoom in. What, can I zoom in? No. Yeah, I can zoom in. I mean, you can clearly see the white line under his foot, so he's not actually touching it there. That was really badly drawn. Anyway, is what it is. They called it. It would have been another touchdown, but never mind. On to the next play. Fourth quarter. They're in zero. They're in zero, look. We don't really have... I mean, what this guy is doing, I don't know, because it just doesn't make any sense. But Mooney is open. That's already open there. He's already open. And to be fair, Rookie does a good job here. He's got him turned. He's open. We're getting held. Look at that. And that's what, don't turn backwards, but so close. But they know they've got cover 0 now, so that comes back to bite them. In terms of protection up front, that's pretty good. That's the way you want to see it. Put a little Couple of eyes there, make it a nice big smile. Lovely rotation again on the ball by Fields. Throwing it to the outside shoulder, which is where you want it. It's so close. You know, inches. The inches we need are all around us. I mean, that's really good protection, guys. And they're sending like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're sending 6. And this is how close it is, look. So close. Next play. Rolling down, we need to get a bit of fullback love. We're going to get a bit of fullback love here. Corey blazing game, Bessin. Gets a little little handoff. Makes one man miss. Cuts back inside. Gets back in time. Spin move. Look at that. Look at the big fella go. Look at him go. I want to see you all tweet this play. Clip it. Tweet it. Fullback Appreciation Society. Look at that by Tev as well. Staying on a man. Tevin must be an absolute nightmare to play against because he just does not give anyone a second of peace. Once he's on you, that's it, he's on you. Look at that double. Down to 57 who already hates him. On him. Staying on him. Staying on him. Staying on him. Okay, now go and fight somebody else. Yeah, cool. Little smurf. Sit on him. Lovely. Corey blazing game. Look at that. Look at that fullback. That's the way a fullback carries the ball. Look. You know, all 5 points protected. Look at that. 2 hands over the ball. There's a running back coach somewhere who's literally having an orgasm right now watching the way he's carrying that ball. High and tight. 5 points on it. Nice and in the bicep. That's exactly the way you want it, fellas. Running back coaches everywhere will be going, that's exactly the way you want to carry the ball, lads. To be fair, it is. So the last one on the Bears tape, and then we're going to get into a bonus college football tape, which we're just going to look at literally raw and live. So we'll pick that up and we'll take a look. So again, good pass protection up front. Again, they're sending everyone really. You are literally, it's cover zero. We've won there, and you could argue that's already won. But placement is everything, and that's an absolute laser. And once he tries to undercut him, all done. All done. It's over. So again, you talk about sending, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. If you block it up, which to be fair, we do a fantastic job there. That's really good stuff, that. Protected, double, single, double with a chip, single. Great stuff. Look at that. Darnell Mooney getting held again. In terms of rotation, that's a fast ball. Too fast for the camera panning. That camera's still not there. Still not there. Ball still isn't on screen. It's just too fast. Ball's already in the hands. Away you go. Walking in for the touchdown. Bears breakdowns what I used to do. Most of my analysis of Bears players is the best. Well, thank you, Foster Covers. I appreciate that comment if I'm included in it. Look at this protection up front, boys. Great stuff. You talk about fastball. And it's, you see him putting it high and wide because it's inside leverage. It's just really smart stuff. But you know, whatever knocks you want to put on Justin Fields, smarts is not one of them. So that's the Bears tape done with, and got a little bit of a bonus that I downloaded for you earlier. We're going to look at some Georgia tape from last year. Because there's a guy that plays for Georgia, I think he's a pretty good centre. Cedric Van Pran. So this is a guy, we didn't get John Michael Schmitz this year. I would love to see us get this dude. Look at that. Look at the leverage. Look at the hand position. Look at the drive that on a one tech to his opposite side as well. Staying on him, drive. That's absolutely fantastic stuff there on that play. Next one, so again to the opposite hand from the snap hand, so it's one tech again. He's got, again it's the same sort of thing. They've got a pulling guard to that side, and this time you see him, because he knows it's pass protection, see him just waft him out away, wax on, wax off, get down to the linebacker, number 1, see him get the inside position on him. Look at that. That is, there's so much good stuff in one snap here. So firstly, you've got to sell that pull. You've got to sell that pull and that action because it's worked before. You see all them all biting up, look. And then you've got to clear that man because you need to get down inside number 1. Then you've got to get the acceleration on to get play side, because your play side here is going to kick out. You need to seal this off. So you've got to work to the inside. Works the inside, turns, stops, locates him, drive, get him past the back of the man. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Cedric Van Pran, he could go first round, potentially. Centres, typically speaking, not. There's a lot of tackles that are probably going to go. There's quite a few corners, receivers, at least 3 or 4 quarterbacks. Some linebackers, maybe, a couple of safeties. Centres tend to go second round. So this one, all we're really interested in here is how he calls protection. Ball location, absolutely perfect. Double, fine. Easy enough. Next play. We won't go too long on this. No, so he's got a nose tackle this time. Zoning away. Gets the double. Look at him work the double there. And that's play action at the end of the day, that. And they're doing a fantastic job. Again, so it's head-up pressure from a linebacker this time, who's a bluff. And you see how quickly he realised that's a bluff. And now I think he's even seen this twist. Yeah, turns towards it. Pass pro, nothing to do. Let's go on a little bit. So that one, which I managed to jump forward way too far. So again, this is sort of like the All-22. Hopefully I'm going to get, there's an ET, a TE, which he picks up. Good stuff. So we're getting down to the business end of the field now. Work the double. Down to the second level linebacker. Look, 13, 19 or whatever it is. And they're in for a touchdown. Away from your own end zone, so you need to get movement. Dawless is a pretty good player. Down to the linebacker. Again, that's a wide 4 for him to try and take there. Just boot action, naked boot action. Again, we've already seen this one, haven't we? Linebacker coming there this time. Picks him up, no problem, stops him dead. Just super smart, just really fundamentally sound all round. Look at his head on the swivel there as well, just looking both ways. Does it stay square to the line of scrimmage as well, so not a problem from that perspective. Going away from nose, boot action again, so it doesn't get off the line of scrimmage, otherwise you're going to be ineligible downfield. Gets the end. Perfect. I haven't seen a bad snap from him yet. So, I mean, that's like a 3-tech he's trying to get to get to the double here inside the goal line. Look at him work across there. Knows he's not going to get across, and then he gets down to the linebacker. Fantastic stuff. So I think that's long enough for tonight. I've really enjoyed looking at this tape, and I hope that you have too. If you have, if you don't already follow me, it'd be great if you followed me. If not, just thought I'd show you a little bit extra for you there at the end. I hope you enjoyed it. I thought there was a lot to like from the Bears, and there's a lot to like going forward. Getsy, I thought, called a much better game. Second half, the only thing that he did do was he went a little bit shotgun happy. Got away from some of the under-centre stuff that would have helped. I understand why, though, because obviously losing the running backs late on, the threat of the run wasn't what it could have been. Donta Foreman, obviously, possibly more value in keeping him rather than extra tight ends or Valus Jones, who's at best 6th wide receiver. So we'll see what they do this week. I hope you enjoyed this. Be kind to everyone. Yeah, thanks for the tape cut-ups, Bear Listener. Yeah, no worries. I enjoy breaking this stuff down. Hopefully you're either learning something or confirming something, or you're seeing things from a different perspective. That's all I can hope that happens with these things. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you consider joining me for more ones, putting the notifications on, making sure you're here for when I go live again. If not, check out my other playlists for my videos that I've done in the past. I am going to be doing college breakdowns. Again, I'll probably start those a little bit later into the season, but I am already looking at tape, as you've seen, for that. So as I'm going to get more relevant this year tape, I can start breaking those down. I've already got some QB tape and a couple of edge players and stuff like that, so we'll start looking at those. Be kind to each other. Do something kind for someone with no expectations of getting anything back. Bear down and rest in peace. Dick Butkus, the reason why I wore 51. With that, this is Bear Listener saying bear down. Take care.